Hello all. In this video we are going to discuss about command line arguments, how to use them and how to configure command line arguments in code blocks. So to accept a command line argument, the main method will be modified to accept two arguments. One is count, how many arguments that we are interested in passing, and clearly the code blocks has given a hint of the second argument, which is a character pointer and the array. So let's add it, character star and then argv, which is the array. Now what is this meaning of this second argument? So first of all, argv is an array, and we know that array means what? Array is a pointer variable, so it is star. Then the data type of this array is character, but it's not a plain character array, a character data type, it's a character pointer. So it defines your array like this. So it's star star argv. So why we are accepting the array, that too of type character pointer? So let's say assume first is your program name and 1 is a command line argument. Now 1 is a string. So you can store this one in character array, and you can say O, N, E. So we are storing this one in the character array. So character array is capable of storing 3 characters ONE. Together these 3 characters forms a string. Now you can give second argument to the program. So again you need a second character array to store this string. So character array second, let's say T, W and O. Now if let's see how many arguments we are passing to the program. We are passing 2 arguments, and each argument is stored in a character array. So in total I need 2 character arrays. Now instead of, it is not feasible to pass n number of character arrays to the main method. So what one can do is, one can say that, hey, I will have a character pointer, character star, and this character star is going to keep the array address of a array. So here this line is decoded as array of array, because let's say star, which represents address, array also represents address, and if I am saying star and the array, then I am also meaning array of array. How many arrays we need right now? Let's say I need 2 arrays. So I can pass 2 arrays separately, or I can change the representation as character star and then array. So this representation is used by our main method to accept number of arguments. And obviously here you can see that there is no size given to the array. Then how many strings we can store in this character array? That is in here. Like the count will represent what is the size of this argv. Now let's try this in practical terms or execution. Let's say we will display the count variable. Now as right now there is no argument passed to the program, one may think that the count is going to come as 0. Let's see whether it comes as 0 or something else. Compiled, run. So here you can see that the output is 1. So how come we are not passing any argument to the program and the output has come as 1? So remember, or obviously the first argument will come into the 0th location of the array. Let's check what is this 0th location data. argv 0 and then end line. So let's compile this. Now what we are doing is, Even if we are not passing any argument, the program is saying that there is one argument to the program. Let's display. The first data will obviously come into the index 0 of the program. Let's execute it. The second argument is displayed. Here you can see that the second output on the screen is the argument value, argv0 value. And what is this value? It is the program name. So there is always one argument to your programming environment, and that argument is the name of the program file itself. So we'll keep that in mind. Now let's see how we can configure a command line argument in code blocks. So here we have to go to the project menu. In the project menu you will find a set programs arguments option. So let's open it. Now there is a second text box. So this text box can be used to give the command line arguments to the program. So let me type first here and click on OK. Now obviously the count has to become, earlier it was 1, now it has to become 2. Let's try. Now here clearly you can see that the argument count has become 2. Now let's display what is the second argument. So we can display argv of 1 end line. So again compile, run. So there are two arguments. The first argument is obviously the program name, and the second argument is what we are given in the arguments part first. Now let's give one more argument to the program. Let's go to project, set arguments, after first space, let's type second. Now let's click on OK. Now compile, run. The number of arguments has become 3. So let's display the third argument. So cout argv2 end line. Now let's recompile the program and execute. So here is the output. There are 3 arguments to the environment or the program. First is program name itself, the second is first, and the third is second. So this is how you can give command line arguments to the program. Also I have shared how to configure the command line arguments in code blocks. So here you can pass this myfile.txt as a command line argument. For example, assume we have an object of fstream, and in this I am saying my file or input file ifile, and I can say argv of 1. So this argv of 1 is going to act as an input to my ifile. So you can replace this command line argument from arguments to myfile.txt, myfile.txt. Right. So your program, this first argument will be myfile.txt, and we can include fstream file. So compile and run. So myfile.txt. Now you have already learned how to read and write data to and from file. I hope you will be able to figure out how to develop a program like the program which will take 2 files as an input and creates a copy of it, or the program which replicates the file, creates a copy of the file, or program which renames the file, or the program which copies the part from the file. So you will be able to develop such small applications using command line argument. I hope you got the concept of command line argument. Thank you.